Hi, my name is Maria, and I'm here with the Fruits of Love Yoga University to talk to you today about the use of props. We're going to be going over 5 different poses, starting with a Shavasana, a standing forward fold, a reclined bound angle pose, pigeon pose, and bridge pose. And these props are here to support you in being able to come into these poses deeply, more accessibly, and comfortably. So we will get started with pose number 1. So for Shavasana, we're going to use our blanket at the head of the mat, and then we're going to use our blocks, and we're going to set the blocks aside actually, and we're going to use our bolster. So you'll place the bolster on the front edge of the mat to where your knees are what comes directly on top of the bolster. And then you're going to lay back and put your head on the blanket. Like so. And you'll turn your palms up, draw your shoulder blades in your back, and just begin to relax deeply into the pose, while the bolster offers extra support for your lower back to take any tension out of the lower back as you relax. And the next pose will be reclined bound angle pose. So we're going to start with our blocks here, and we're going to set the block at the front or the back of the mat here on its tall end. And then you're going to place this other block about 2 to 3 inches in front of it on its shorter end. And then find your bolster to place on top of these to create a little slope. And you just want to check in with your slope that it has some stability. And then you're going to bring your bottom all the way to the edge of the bolster, and the soles of the feet will come together. So you have a couple options here. The blanket really just serves as extra support to feel grounded and relaxed, or you can place your blanket on your belly. So it's either on the feet or on the belly here. So for lizard pose, it is really wise to have a blanket on the mat to support your knees in case you do need to lower your knees down to the mat. And we're also going to bring the blocks and place them at the head of the mat here. And we'll find some balance. So we're basically in table position. And we're going to keep the right knee back and then extend the left leg long and bring it forward to the outer edge of the left block. So in lizard pose, you want to make sure that your knee is directly above your ankle and tracking outward now. And then you're going to curl the back toes under and lift the back knee up. And if this is too much, then you can keep your back knee down at the blanket. So the props offer that extra support to close the distance between your hands and the floor without getting too deep into the hips, and it will help you keep your pose sustainable. And you can always lower the level of the blocks as you're in the pose and develop the hip flexibility required to be down on the floor. All right, and so for a bridge pose, we're going to be using just one block, and we're going to keep it just here at the side of the mat, and you'll come right down onto your back. So your knees are pointed up to the ceiling. You have your ankles directly underneath your knees, and you'll tuck your shoulder blades in your back. And this is more of a restorative approach to bridge pose. So you're going to grab your block here, press into your feet, lift your hips, and then set your block right here underneath your hips. Tucking the chin and relaxing your body now into the support of the block. So the block is underneath the sacrum, supporting part of the tailbone as well. And you just relax here. You can also extend your legs long if you feel comfortable with adjusting the position. And to come out of the pose, you're going to press into your feet, lift your hips up, and then slide the block out. And you can use the block in various levels. If you want a deeper back bend, you can take and place it under on its highest portion. And for our standing forward fold, you want to start in mountain pose, Tadasana, and that's with the feet directly underneath the hips and the shoulders directly above the hips. And then now, as you inhale, you're going to come up to reach up to the ceiling. And then with your exhale, your hands will come down to the blocks. And you're going to find a little bit of length in your spine and then towards the floor. So the blocks here serve the purpose to, again, close the distance between your hands and the floor and also offer balance. For some of us, this can really throw us off balance to have our head beneath our heart when we're folding. So this will definitely help with that. And then you can always stack blocks on top of another if your hamstrings are really tight and you really can't get down that low. But yes, this is a really great option here to just offer that support so you can work on opening through the hamstrings and the low back.